They say you are what you eat, so I don't eat chicken feet. But I love me some of Grandma's pickled beets. Well, cut it up, put it in the pan, throw it over your shoulder and see where it lands right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Maters, taters, beans and corn, the cows in the barn and the sheep's been shorn, kids in the barnyard chasing Grandpa's chicken. Spices, slices, cuts and dices, gonna slash your grocery prices right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Help you grow your garden good with recipes to suit your mood. Try some grub you've never tried before. Smash it with a wooden mallet, gonna educate your palate. Right here in Farmer's Kitchen, in Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. We're gonna cook something good now.
Hello and welcome to the Farmer's Kitchen. We're the farmers, and this is our kitchen. Do you ever just want to take a trip but not leave the house?
Yes.
You think about when we travel around sometimes and we go for the food. So you kind of immerse yourself in the culture. What was one of your favorite trips and what did you like?
I say our trip to Europe was my favorite.
Huh?
Very fun.
What were some of your favorite foods there, looking back?
Oh, the Wiener Schnitzel. I mean, they just kind of surprised us every time.
You never knew
Right.
what you were going to get. And you know, from town to town, we just tried different things and we found out about what they call dumplings here, or
Oh, yeah.
what they call schnitzel here might be a little different. So as we travel around, I don't think we had a dish we didn't like.
Right.
Now, British food, some folks say British food is boring, it's bland, it's this or that or the other. I found it absolutely wonderful. Now, if you think about British food, probably the most popular British food is fish and chips, bangers and mash, the big English breakfast, toad in the hole, shepherd's pie, black pudding, Yorkshire pudding, so on and so forth. And when people talk about British food being boring or bland, do you think there are more Michelin star chefs per capita in Great Britain than there are here? in the United
Probably
States?
yes.
There are. There's really good food to be found there. The traditional food I find fascinating and I find wonderful. You think about the farm and you think about this time of year, they would have some leeks, they'd have some chicken, some apples, some cheese, and there's a lot of cream sauces in their dishes. So we're gonna make something interesting today. So we had apples, we had leeks, there's ham in a lot of their dishes.
Right.
So we're gonna make a couple of truly English dishes. So picture yourself now in the English countryside.
Okay.
Look around. There's some sheep. There's some Highland cattle. So how did we get around to thinking about an English dinner tonight?
We had some folks send us some recipes.
We are hearing from people from all over the world.
The Three Amigos.
The Three Amigos. Here's a picture of them right here. We sent them some stuff, they sent us some stuff, along with some recipes from the
Yes.
English countryside. These are legit, real farmhouse recipes from the countryside. So tonight we're gonna fix something, we're gonna take a trip. You can take the same trip by following these recipes. The first thing I have to do is take this English chicken
English chicken.
that I
Wow.
got in the English countryside.
Wow.
He said, cock-a-doodle-doo.
Did he?
He did.
Then you threw him in.
That's what he said. So and we're only going to use, this is going to be a casserole, so think about this. This is going to include chicken, apples, cheese.
Interesting combo.
Interesting combo. And we tried this to make sure that you would like it. Now, we think in America everything has to be bold and brash and beat you over the head with it, and you got to really knock yourself out with onions and everything. There's no onions in this. So we got the white sauce, we got the breadcrumbs, we're going to put a little salt and pepper in it, but the apples and the cheese and the white sauce really stand out.
Yes.
We're going to take some leeks and we're going to make another little side dish. We take these leeks and we boil them. We reserve some of our stock, and then we make another little white sauce. They're going to have cheese on them, very similar.
Some ham.
Some ham. We're going to wrap the leeks in ham, put them in the oven.
Yummy.
And then you're going to make a date
Yes. Dessert.
Cake.
Ooh. Date and Pecan Cake.
Date and pecan cake. Now you think about just a date and a pecan together.
Oh, yeah.
I used to cheat on my diet with that. You put those two together and you got your little pecan pie.
And now it's in a spongy cake with goo on top.
Oh,
Yum.
sounds good. Well, let's turn our chicken up and let that get to going. So we had leeks. We had big ones and we had little ones. So we cut them all up. And we cut them about 2 or 3 inch groups. I think we had about 8 leeks. So on a leek, which is like a mild onion, but it's got a wonderful taste, I just did a couple sections up above. Do the white part, the onion looking part, and then another section above it. We're just gonna let those boil. and that has great taste, a lot of vitamin C. Let that boil down. We're going to reserve some of this for our stock and for our sauce. Put a little salt, put a little pepper, and again, we're not going to over-season anything. I want it to be as legit as possible to the English countryside.
Right.
All right, while this is moving along nicely, do you want to cut your apples up?
Yes. All right, I like to use my apple slicer,
Core.
my apple core. I love that. And then I'm just gonna take the skins off and we're gonna slice this. So we're actually gonna save an apple to decorate the top too.
Yeah, and you think apple, chicken, cheese?
Oh yeah.
It really does have a nice, I was thinking, okay, which you always do. You sit down and you have a recipe, I'm trying, well, here's what I would do, and here's what I would do. So as I sit and tasted it and let the flavors come together, the more I thought about it, the more I thought I wouldn't do anything to this. It's unique, it's different, it is what it is, and it holds up.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna go ahead and put a little butter on this enameled cast iron here. And you probably need to take care of your apples.
Can I steal some of your butter?
You can, but it will cost you $3.
All right. And actually, I'm going to take quite a bit of it, if that's okay.
Okay.
At least like a third of a stick. And I'm going to take these 3 apples that I chopped up.
Okay.
And just kind of turn them over in the butter.
Nice sound.
Yeah.
So I'm just taking each piece of ham, putting our little leek in it.
So that'll give it a nice salty flavor too, won't it? The ham. Yum. Yum. I think these are really cute. I like them.
They are cute.
Little ham, little with the leeks inside.
Well, I love leeks, and I love ham, and I love cheese, and I love butter, and I love cream sauce.
I can't wait to try it.
How could you go wrong? Now look at that.
I like it.
Have you noticed there's a lot of things in British cooking that such and such, and like kidney and sausage casserole.
Yeah.
Bangers and mash, fish and chips. There's a whole lot of things that go with each other. And you know what? The smells that I'm getting here are pretty fascinating. I think about an old kitchen, old American kitchen. Apples, cheese,
Oh, yeah.
chicken. There's a lot of similarities here. We're getting ready to go to the next step, but before we do, over the years, we've always had musicians on the show. And recently we found somebody who's just absolutely stunningly talented.
Yes.
And we're talking about the English countryside, and I bet it's a lot like our countryside,
Yeah.
where somebody drives by and you wave. Mm-hmm. You know how you know?
Yes.
Everybody, and you always wave. Here's Sarah Beth Terry and her little song about being in the country. I absolutely love this.
I do too.
Every morning, every summer, when I was home from school, my mom and I would sit out on the porch and act like we're cool, with a fresh pot of coffee and a new pack of cigarettes. We would wait for the neighbors till the sun gets as high as it gets. Here comes Roger on his tractor, there goes Daryl in his Dodge. Along about 7:30 in the morning, Keith will drive by with his hunting dogs. We know everybody on this road, we know everybody on this here. Some people go and some people stay, but everybody waits. Well, it looks like Bob finally got him a brand new bike, and there goes a few people that we don't even like, but we still smile and nod like we've known them for years, being friendly as the folks drive by while we drink a few beers. Here comes John on his scooter, there goes Scarlett with her windows down, and Beth stops by to get her a sweet tea on her way into town. And we know everybody on this road, we know everybody on this hill. Some people go and some people stay, but everybody waves in a town this size. Just stick around and it's no surprise. Here can almost set your wristwatch to it. They come around the same time of day. And we know everybody on this road. Always have and always will. Some people go and some people stay, but everybody waits. Yeah, some people go and some people stay, but everybody waits.
Now we always prefer thighs, so we always eat the thighs. So we always have the breast left over. And that may sound strange, but I do. I like the thighs.
Yes, we both do.
But this, I think, is perfect for this dish.
Right. And I'm just going to cut these into good bite-sized pieces for us. How's that? And our
That
apples are
sounds like a
done.
plan.
I just
Apples
have them
are
turned
done?
up.
All right, so we're going to put a little bit of butter in this dish to begin with. A wee bit of butter, as Uncle
Now
Bob
you're
would
Scottish?
say. All right, so then the chicken.
And I slice it up, kind of bite-sized pieces.
Just spread that out evenly. Beautiful, wonderful. Then the apples on top of that.
And I'm going to keep some of this butter on the bottom for the next apples.
And I'm telling you, I know you think apples, chicken, give it a shot. It's really good.
Delicious.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to make us a little white sauce, which is just a little bit of butter, equal parts butter and flour, and then I thicken that up.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and get you some cheese ready.
Wonderful.
We got some smoked cheddar and some sharp cheddar.
Beautiful.
And how much cheese do you need?
Oh, I would say about a half a cup.
Okay.
And you can use cream or milk and pour into this. Let that thicken up.
Okay, I'm going to heat my butter back up, and I'm going to make a decoration for the top for you.
We're still thickening up our sauce here. So we got two things going here. Getting ready to start on a third.
All right, now these apples I cut for decoration, I'm going to go ahead and toss these in some butter.
Beautiful.
That sound good? For the top.
All right, now let's take some cheese, since we're thickened up over here. And again, that's a sharp cheddar, and we got a smoked cheddar too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put about 3 ounces in there. I noticed in the English recipes, they use ounces a lot.
Yes, they do.
And pints, and half pints,
What do you think? A little more, or is that good?
a little more. And we're just gonna make that nice, and the proper term for when this gets like it's supposed to be is ooey gooey. If you look it up in the dictionary.
Yum.
It's under the ooey gooey. Now we're gonna take that, and I'm gonna let you do that, Ms. Farmer. Just
All right.
pour that over. You're just gonna pour this evenly. Oh, look at that.
Wow. How could this not be
Kidding
good?
me? And it says season. And the season is not in any way, shape, or form complicated. It's salt and pepper. All right, so we've got homemade breadcrumbs. This is probably about 4 or 5 tablespoons. We're gonna take another 3 ounces of cheese. We're gonna mix it all together.
Yum.
And then just put that over top of that. Just go ahead and sprinkle that around on there. Look at that. Oh, are you kidding me? So now we're gonna take our buttered apples, put those on the top, put this in the oven. Now you can go anywhere from 350, 375 for 20 to 30 minutes. Now remember, everything's just about done here, so you're just kind of melting everything together.
Yum.
Beautiful. Into the oven. So we're gonna do kind of the same thing here. Butter and flour, make another white sauce.
A lot of white sauce in their stuff.
A lot of white sauce. Maybe a little more butter than flour, but you want to thicken it up. A little less than a cup. Probably about a quarter cup of our
flavor?
leek stock. Oh, the leeks taste so good.
Yes, they
They
do.
just taste so good.
I can go ahead and get you some cheese
Oh
going.
yes, please, if you will. And again, same thing, some sharp and some smoked. Leeks are really wonderful. They have a very mild onion flavor, but they're really good for you. A lot of vitamin K, good for your bones, good for your eyes.
And they say a lot of people that don't like onions try this and they like leeks. They're not
Yes.
as strong as onion.
And at any given time, if it's not thick enough for you, you can cheat like I did and put just a little bit more flour. Nobody's gonna smack your hand.
That's looking pretty good.
And yes, I'm ready for some cheese. Beautiful, wonderful. English cheese from English cows in our
right.
English field, right below the English barn.
Wow.
we've got about a teaspoon of English mustard. We're going to mix that in.
Yummy.
And we're going to season. What's our seasoning? Salt and pepper.
Simple.
Simple. In this situation, I think it's about all you need. Now now imagine this over the ham, over the leeks. Okay, so let's evenly pour that out. These two are very similar.
Yes, they are.
Let's pour that out.
If you like cheese, you're good.
And these are two dishes that we've cooked up tonight that are favorites of some folks. They wouldn't necessarily be served together, but they're two English dishes. We are spoiling ourselves tonight
Yes, we are.
because we're taking a trip.
That's
We're overseas tonight.
Yes, we are.
We're across the pond. And now, if we want to put just a little bit more pepper on top of it. So we're going to take this and put some more cheese on top.
Yummy.
Put it right next to the broiler, let it get good and brown and bubbly, pop that out, and that's going to be ready before our chicken dish.
Yum.
All right, so let's pop this in. Already dug in, Mrs. Farmer. Don't you like to have that much, the bulk of an onion, but not have the overwhelming taste of the onion?
I didn't expect that. That was really good.
Isn't that
I
really
can't
nice?
describe it.
That nice, mild flavor of an onion with the ham, with the cheese,
The ham makes it good.
with the white sauce.
Wow, that was delicious.
Doesn't need anything. Doesn't need anything.
That's a meal by itself.
That is a meal by itself. Now let's try another, and I'm gonna let you dig in first. I got greedy.
I want some chicken, an apple.
Don't forget some breadcrumbs.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that took you away, didn't it?
It did. I didn't expect that.
I think there's a genuine look on your face there. Got a little crunch of an apple.
The apple makes it sweet, but it's cheesy. That's delicious, too. Wow.
That almost says breakfast,
Yeah, it does.
because maybe the apple.
Really good.
That is something I will definitely think about for a brunch or,
Oh, yeah.
or a very late breakfast.
Or if you have leftovers, you always have leftover chicken. Just throw it in. That's perfect. That's delicious, too. I don't know which I like best.
I don't either. I really don't. That, when you think about, you're looking at that and you think potatoes and chicken.
Yeah.
And then when you get that apple, it's like,
A nice sweet.
think about grandma and some of the stuff she used to make
Oh, yeah.
kinda like that. And then when you get that leek, that wonderful mild
Right.
flavor of that leek. You know, if you had that big a piece of onion, it'd be overwhelming.
Oh, yeah.
That was beautiful.
And with the ham, is it salty? Delish.
So we've taken a trip.
Yes, we have.
Did you pick up an accent?
No, I didn't. I never do. You always do, though. Let me hear yours.
I've got an extraordinary taste in my mouth,
You sound
and I
Scottish.
like it a lot. Uh-oh. I went Scottish.
You did. You always go Scottish. I like it.
That's wonderful.
That is delicious.
That's beautiful. I love it. Do you love it?
I do love it.
Will you eat it again?
I will.
I really like that. That makes me want to cook more leeks. Because we forget about our leeks
Yeah, we do.
until we get them in our little bag.
That's
Thanks,
right.
Mike.
That's right.
We're going to turn the cameras off and eat this, and we're going to come back with a beautiful English dessert. By the time I have dessert, I'll be speaking full English accent.
You think? I'm excited to
I'm
hear
pretty
that.
sure.
I can't wait.
All right. Tonight, a special shout out to Seamus, Sally, and David.
That's right.
Our friends who sent us these recipes.
Yes, it's been
So
fun.
here's the last one. What is it?
All right, this is actually a date and walnut cake. I'm going to change the walnuts to pecans, and you could use figs if you wanted, but we're going to go with the dates. All right, what I've started with, this is a 3/4 of a cup of water, and I kind of heated it up. It's not boiling, but it's hot. Because what we want to do is I have 4 ounces of dates here, and I'm going to put them in my chopper.
You know, a lot of people would use a food processor for that.
I know, but I like my chopper. You know me. I'm going to stir
It works though.
All right. And they don't have to be perfect because this is just going to be in the cake. Now we have 3/4 cup of that hot water. I am going to take half a teaspoon of baking soda
Right.
and put in this. And now the dates are going to sit in this, and they're going to sit in this while we mix the cake batter.
12 trillion years ago, the first date tree was noticed on the banks of the Mississippi River.
Wow, that's great. So we have this sitting. As this sits, now you're going to help me with the mixer.
All right. You know, I'm pretty handy with that mixer.
You are good. I have got a 1/3 cup of butter that I have let get to room temperature. And if you want to go ahead and get that mixing. You let me know, is it looking pretty good?
You know, people have won awards for this,
Have they?
and
You're amazing.
I'm pretty proficient at it.
You're amazing. This is a cup of sugar.
Okay.
We're going to mix that together.
How am I doing?
You're doing really good. Now I'm going to add 1 egg,
All right.
half a teaspoon of vanilla. I like vanilla.
Oh, that looks good and smells good. You know, I'm not making fun of anyone at all. I love a British accent. I wish I could do it better.
You do good.
No, I don't.
I think you got it. You got it.
But I love to hear my British friends try to speak with an American accent too. That's fun.
Okay.
Because some of them are pretty good at it.
Yeah, you're good at voices. Now I've got a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of baking powder in here that I'm going to add to my 1 cup of flour.
All right.
And this is our dry.
Am I doing good?
You're doing really good. Now you see how the dates have kind of soaked in the water here for a little bit. You see how we got a little juice color in here.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's why that's like cookie dough. It's kind of going
You
hard.
want to go out on a date tonight?
Let's do it.
So you're just going to chunk it up. You
Yes.
don't get them too fast.
Now is when we're going to get after it goes. Let it go slow for a while, and then we're going to really
Watch
hit
this.
it.
I reach over here,
You
lock
locked it. Good job.
I turn it back on.
You can go ahead and hit it harder now. Let's get that going. Go fast.
Notice how when I turn it to the higher number, the faster it goes.
It does. We're still kind of chopping our dates up a little bit and getting into a cake. Go all the way to 10. Hit it all the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All right. All right, that looks good. You did good. Good job.
Told you I have skills.
If you can unlock that for me
Right.
and open her back up. See how it's a little more like a cake batter now.
Oh, yeah. So what's left?
We just bake it. Now what we're going to do, I have the oven at 350.
All right.
And we're going to give this 30 to 35 minutes. We're going to watch it. It's going to grow.
You smell that.
And now.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
All right. We're going to cook this, and when we get down, we're going to go for like 30, 35 minutes. When we get down to our last 5 minutes, we're getting close. We are going to actually make a sauce to go on top, because when we pull this out hot, we're going to ice it and put nuts on it. I know. It'd be terrible.
Try something different. I love dates. Dates are wonderful, so sweet. You know, sometimes when you eat a date, you think, is this artificially sweetened? They're so sweet and so tasty, you can't believe it. That's just nature.
Just delicious. All right. Throw this in at 350.
350.
350.
All right.
We're going to watch it.
So what are you making now? Is the icing?
This is something you put on while it's hot, so it seeps into the cake. I have a tablespoon of butter, a tablespoon of heavy whipping cream, and 2.5 tablespoons of brown sugar.
Can't go wrong there. And
Chop some pecans up that we're going to just put on the top too. You're supposed to let it cool, but I say we just eat it.
this is one of those cakes that's, you know, if you like a jam cake or something that's got that taste,
Yeah.
it's kind of got that kind of thing going on.
Yes, it does. All right, so we're just going to melt this down.
So that's it?
Yes.
So you just pour that over?
We're going to pour, I'm going to just smear it all over the cake, but let me check it real quick.
All right. We're getting close, I know. Oh, it's getting brown.
This is our syrup that we made. I'm just going to move it.
And see, that's not a whole lot of icing.
No.
But you don't need, you want that natural taste in this.
Now let's put nuts. Let's coat it. What do you think?
Coat it?
Coat it. And you're supposed to let it sit and cool, so let's go ahead and eat
We
it.
let this one sit and cool.
Yeah. So that one's ready to sit and cool, and let's eat this one.
Let's give it a shot. I'm gonna let you go first,
Yum.
because I know you love this.
I've been eating this all day.
Now, if you like figs more than you like dates,
That to me is delicious.
that's different, isn't it?
I like it. What do you
Isn't
think?
that nice? Mm-hmm. That earthy flavor.
It's kind of spongy and light, and I really like it.
Very nice. Thank you for joining us tonight. You know what this means?
What's it mean?
Our half hour's up. If someone very nicely came up to you and said, Mrs. Farmer, where do you get your recipes? Shop.
I don't talk like you. I just say timfarmerscountryKitchen.com.
And then if they wanted to come to our Facebook page and visit, you say, tally-ho, chap.
I say like.
Like, that's all you got to do. You know what? We thank our friends from across the pond, Seamus, Sally, and David, for sending us these ideas.
Yes.
And we hope that maybe they'll send us a tape of them talking Kentucky.
Oh,
Would that not
yeah.
be fun?
I would love that.
So we have issued a challenge to Seamus, Sally, and David. They all three have to talk Kentucky.
Talk Kentucky.
Because tonight we have very much spoken with a British accent. Terribly.
Are you ever going to
So
stop?
we hope that they might, in return, speak with a horrible Kentucky accent.
I like it.
We love you guys. Thank you so much for sending these recipes.
Yes, it's been fun.
And Mrs. Farmer, our half hour's up, so it means it's all about
Good times.
good friends.
And really good eats.
See you next week on Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen.
Want some more cake?
Go ahead, dig in. We have been catering for a lot of years, and I wanted everything to have a specific taste. Therefore, I had to come up with my own products.
Right.
A dry rub, chow chow, and our barbecue sauce are something that we use in all our catering gigs. I developed this barbecue sauce that is not the really thick, syrupy stuff that you get. This has more of a natural, it's got some pepper and onion flavor in it. You can actually see the particulates in there. You know, a lot of people are asking what we use our dry rub on. Now, obviously, pork and chicken are two of the more common things. Also, we've been using on our corn on the cob with butter.
That is.
I'm telling you, this
That's
stuff
wonderful.
with potatoes is fantastic. So 40 years in the making, Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen Dry Rub.